you could almost say it was slavery. I worked myself on a seam, and it was only 1'5" high. The floor to the ceiling, that's for the floor to the ceiling, is 1'5". You lie on your side. I couldn't turn my shoulders. My shoulders was jammed. I had to go up my back. If I wanted to rest, I just on my back for a while, then back up again and start again. The conditions was horrible, horrible. At that time, your wages was never any more than 10 and threepence, or somewhere between 10 and threepence, 10 and sixpence, 10 ninepence, 11 shillings. And maybe month by month, you got a threepenny rise, or a tuppenny rise, or a fivepenny break. You got paid in accordance with the amount of coal you produced. If you produced no coal, you got no money.
One of the redeeming factors about working in the coal pit is the comradeship you get. This intense, physical, violent work, violent in a relationship, but tremendously loyal in effect.
What we got at that time, we got 2 and threepence a ton, and my brother would be up the face line. Now he had to buy his own gelignite for blasting the coal down. He had to pay for his pick blades being sharpened, and he had to pay me from that. He would go home with probably 10 shillings or 10 and 6 a day. I get 9 shillings. But that was the worst time in my life in the pit.
It's 26 men in a coal face, all firing 4 shots each. And if you're at the bottom end, as the air's coming, you can imagine what that man's swallowing the shift. And I remember going home from the pit time after time at the end of the day shift, and you sat in the big chair. And before your soup came through, you were sound asleep. And that was based on sheer hard work and lack of ventilation. I remember miners coming home dirty from mines in Clackmannanshire as late as 1949. I remember the Randolph Colliery in Fife, they were given the choice of Pithead Bass or a bicycle shed and given the ballot vote. And the vote went for the bicycle shed.
They said that the medical a mine rescue man got was more stringent than an airline pilot. So they say. But part of that medical was a test called the Harvard Park Test. This was a test where you carried a third of your weight in lead. There was 2 bars in the wall, and there was about an 18-inch box. And you had to do 30 steps a minute for 5 minutes. And at the end of that, they just caught you and put you in an easy chair. But mine rescue men will remember that test. It was really a hard test. And you done that test, and if you passed, you done 14 days training. The use canaries up to maybe 3 or 4 years ago, it was done away with. It wasn't a thing that I ever wanted to be cried out to explosions. I mean, I hope that would never happen.
We realised within a quarter or half an hour that there was no road through anywhere that we was trapped in. It didn't give me a churn up in the belly or anything like that, it was just accepted. It was 116 men there was no road out at that time for them, trapped in. Some people talk more than others. So one of the men that was talking said, "We are quite hopeful of making a rescue." The word's still crystal clear in my mind, and that was the first pang of fear I had in my belly when I made that statement. We are still hopeful, which means that there must have been a no hope side to it. Well, that's who I took it, and it gave me a wee bit pang of fear in my belly. The brigade man come up, they just showed you the mouthpiece, your lips goes over this big flange and your teeth bite onto 2 prongs that come out. And that was, the brigade man himself turned on the wee knob, and you just, the 3 of you left with the brigade man. That half mile wasn't all in glass, but we had the salvas on for the full half mile. I realised I was going to, my knees was going to buckle, so I just stopped and put my hand on my knees and put my head down. And the brigade man just come up and just looked at me. So I think maybe I was going out to auction for it. He just swiped this mouthpiece off me and he shoved the horn a blow Moxter and just his move and he propelled me down. And within 100 years there was the 2 lights, that was the advanced fresh air base. I was actually at the recovery of their bodies. They'd been cold and exhausted and they just lay down, but their boots were off. As if they went to bed, their boots was lying at the side and they was lying just tight together dead. Yes, September 1950.